Okay, in today's class we shall be talking about the princess dart. You've seen it in so many outfits and you may probably be wondering, how do you go about getting a princess dart? Getting a princess dart is actually very easy. After you might have drafted your pattern like this, next is you find the midpoint of your armhole. And how do you do that? You take a measurement from this point here, then you measure round. We have 8 inch. So from this point here, we're going to mark 4 inch because 8 divided by 2 is, this is 4 inches. Now from this point, we're going to draw a straight line to our bust point, which is this. Now, you don't just go about drawing curves anyhow. You just place your curve and that is it. No. From this point now, you take a measurement of what you have here, the straight line. Now I divide it by 2. That is what your pattern instruction says. You divide it by 2 like so. What we have is 5 3/4 divided by 2, and this is it. You place the base of your tape at the 5 3/4, you hold it like so, and then you bend, and this is 5 3/4. From this point, you measure your half measurement, and then you mark it like so. Now at this point, you're going to take a measurement from this point upwards, like so, and that is how you get your curve. At this point, it is important for you to go back to the video I made on understanding your tape measure. That's your imperial tape, which is this tape. Taking a cue from that class, you were going to measure 3/8 of an inch at this point. Okay, so from this point here, this is 4 inch, this is half, and this is 5. Now 3/8 of an inch is this mark here. This is 3/8 of an inch before your half. So this is what we're going to apply at this point here. So we're going to mark 3/8 of an inch here, like so. Now that you have marked your 3/4 of an inch, next you go over with your curve and then you connect it like so, however you want to do it. And there you have it, a princess dart. This is our straight line, and then this is our design line or style line, this curve here. And this is how you go about it. Regardless of the person size, this is how you get a princess dart. If you don't want your princess dart to be all curvy and well coutoured, you could leave it like this, and then you go ahead and hold this dart, cuts along, and then you hold this dart. That's fine. If however you want it to be well coutoured, the ideal thing to do is to measure under your bust. This is our under bust line, and we have already discussed that to get your under bust line, it is going to be your bust radius, which is this circle here. And we said from size 8 to 18, your bust radius is 3 inches, and that is how we're able to get our bust radius. And that's the circle, and this is our under bust. Now on your own body, to get your under bust, that's to determine where your under bust is, it is usually the part where your bra ends, directly under your bust. Now you place your tape and then you measure around, and that's how you get your under bust measurement. Whatever you get, you divide by 4. Remember, this whole bodice here is divided by 4. So you're going to divide it by 4. Now if you divide, for me, we're working with 31 inches. And 31 inches divided by 4, you would use your tape to take the measurement of your 31 inches. This is 31 inch. Divide by 4 like so. And then you go on and then you subdivide it again. This is divided by 4. And this is our measurement. Our measurement is 7 3/4. This is 3/4. So what we do is, this line here, this line here is going to remain as it is. This is the part we're going to touch. Now we said our measurement is is 7 3/4. So from this part here, the underbust line, you're going to take a measurement from your center front, which is this part. You place your tape here at the beginning of your center front, like so. And then you measure to this line here. And this is it. You place it like so. What we have here is 3.5. From our 7 3/4, we have 3.5. Place our tape like so, making sure the 3.5 ends at the side seam here, at the side, side line, this line here. So our 3.5 ends here, and then we continue with our measurements to get our 7 3/4. Now when you continue, this is our 7 3/4, we mark it like so. The excess we have is from this point to this point. That is our excess. Now, using our curve, make sure you align your curve so that it will continue from this part. This curve, that's the upper curve we made earlier. Make sure you align it together, and then you continue like so. Now this is it. You have now successfully achieved your princess dart, and then you have contoured it to give you your ideal what's it called, bust measurements. Ordinarily, in our contouring videos, the ones you've checked, you realize that there's contour around this area, this side of your dart, and this side of your dart. You can just put everything in fact together and bring it to the side to give it this curve. The measurement, I think, is 1/16 on this side and 1/16 on this side. You can put everything together and then you get this measurement here. Alternatively, you can just go ahead and do it like this to fit your body. Next, you draw a straight line to your waist. From this point here, you draw a straight line to your waist dart. And this is it. And we'll go ahead and shade this area as well. This indicates the area we're going to cut out. And there you have it, a princess dart with a contoured underbust line. A princess dart at first stopped here, and then now we have contoured our underbust, and this is what we have. So this is your armhole, and sometimes you realize that some people contour the armhole of the princess dart. Well, it is not necessary. The armhole contour is only necessary when you're drafting a sleeveless outfit to avoid excess at the armhole area. Usually what you do is you use the contour guideline at the armhole area. You contour around this area, you mark your contour guideline, and then you draw a straight line like we did earlier. You draw your 1/2 inch contour guide, you connect to the bust point, and then you draw your curve from your guideline. This is usually to avoid excess and gaping at the armhole area. However, if you are not making a sleeveless blouse, you just allow it like this, the way we did, and then you continue. However, if you control your armhole area and then you're not drafting a sleeveless blouse, you would realize that much later you would have to increase the depth of the armhole because you already took it out.